and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K. I'm here today with a design team project for Tsunami Rose Designs, and again, Tsunami Rose is an Etsy store that sells digital printables that you can use to create journals and traveler's notebooks, and of course use in your other paper crafts like card making and decorating notebooks and making tags. I mean, there's all sorts of ideas. And she also has a printing and cutting service, so if you don't want to print your own printable, she does that for a very small fee. And she also can cut out your ephemera pieces, like if you want to buy some of her like Decopauge flower kits and stuff, she can also cut those out and send them to you, again for a small fee. And all that stuff is listed in her Etsy store. I will, of course, link Tsunami Rose information below in the description box so you can check her out. I will also list, to the best of my ability, all of the pieces and kits and different items that I used in my journal. Oftentimes, I will start with one or two main kits from Tsunami Rose, and then I'll use up bits and pieces left over from past projects. I will tell you that in this journal, I used only, if it's a digital printable, it came from Tsunami Rose Designs. Otherwise, everything else is like scrapbooking paper from my collections. And then also, before I start, I just want to thank a few people. I used some items from Happy Mail in here that I received from Shonda, who is Slim Cards here on YouTube, my friend Sherry Malish. I also use a lot of stuff from her. She's always wonderful about gifting and sharing things with me. Andre Gold participated in my No Leftover Paper Scraps Embellishment Challenge, and so I have a couple things that she made for embellishments that I added in here. I also have some like flat back pearl things that I received from Art of Life by Sheila here on YouTube. And I think I also might have a lace or two that I received from Kim, who's Serene Bookworks, here on YouTube. And then also I have one little item on here that I received from Renee, who was Wanna Scraps here on YouTube. I'm not going to probably point out everything, but I just wanted to thank everybody for your happy mail. And for this kit, or this journal that I created, it does measure, a little over 5.5 by a little over, it's like 7 1/4, and the spine is about 2.5. And so you can see I decorated it up with, you know, some layered paper and some laces and some trims, this beautiful photograph, which when I decided to make another journal, last month Daisy sent me a really fun, charming fragments kit to work with. Hopefully you guys all checked out that video, but if not, I have my past design team projects, again, listed below in the description box. But she also sent one of her sheets. She has ephemera photographs of like young children, little beauties, and then also adult vintage women. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of highlight a book just using the photographs. And so that was my main purpose for this whole book, was the little photographs of the beautiful little girls. And then I also decided to pair that with the Life of Bloom Kit 1. She does have two different kits. There's Life of Bloom Kit 1 and Kit 2. Just because it had all these pretty roses and pinks, and it just kind of felt like it went well with my journal concept that I had in my head. And then I also kind of went with a subtle theme besides the roses. There are some carousel horses in here. I recently purchased some paper at Tuesday Morning from Authentique that had all the carousel stuff on it. And I thought that'd be fun to pair with the little girls, because you think of little kids and how much they enjoy going on like little carousel rides and stuff. So I did go ahead and pair some of that stuff with my journal. For my closure, I did use an eyelet and some trim from my stash. As usual, my back sides I leave pretty plain. I will be adding my signature back here, but there is some laces and then some rickrack. And I think I also forgot to thank my friend Hope. She gifted me quite a while ago a whole bunch of rickrack, and I have been slowly using it in all my journals. On the spine, I do have some of this pretty flower lace trim, and then I went around the edges with some little bead trim and flowers just to kind of highlight it and separate it. When I put this trim on, there was big spots in between it, and I just thought it needed something else, so I went ahead and added that. On the cover, I did do a lot of sewing in this journal. I sewed on the picture, and then I had some music paper and some leftover cardstock. I had this beautiful pin right here, and this was a magnet. And this one originally was different colors. It was some brighter reds and blues. And what I went ahead and did is I painted it with some acrylic paints in the colors to match, the pink and the kind of sea foam or teal green right there. And then what I did after I painted it is I did use a clear acrylic sealer over it. And that just makes sure that, that it won't chip up on me. So I did seal it so that it would stay. If you do look at the side, I do have a lot of lace trims on here, but then I also attached a whole bunch of these little heart gems with some safety pins kind of throughout the book, and they are removable and you can put them in different spots. So when you open up the book, I did go ahead and stamp this rubber stamp that says "This book belongs to," so you can add your name there. Here is that Authentique paper that had all the carousel horses on it. It was kind of in the pinks and that pretty green pastel color. And there are some browns in that, which makes it have kind of a little bit of a vintage feel. But this book is done in a little bit of a shabby style, shabby chic style. So here is my first page, and here this little thing does flip open, so it is a flap, so you can journal up here. And this I decided to leave blank for a photograph, but you could also easily layer another sheet of paper to journal on right there if you wanted to. And then this opens up. Right here I did some sewing, and so this opens up, and again there's some spots here to journal, and I have a little pocket right here. And then also, if you open up here, there's a pocket. And so I have another little piece in here that I sewed. It's a little tuck spot. And then I just added some paper that you could journal on. Thought that was kind of fun. And this just tucks back into that. And then here's one of those gorgeous little pictures of one of those little girls. And then all of these, I have pockets on them, either at the top or on the side. So I have items that you can pull out and journal on, little journal cards. And I tried to embellish them up. I sewed them, and I added some flowers with some flat back little pearl gems in the middle, and I added trim on all of them. So each one's just a little bit different. And then I was also playing around with my sewing machine, so some of them have different stitches on them. I did do some stenciling and some stamping in my journal. Right here is a little pocket. I have a pocket here that pulls out with a journal card. And then this was in that Life of Bloom kit right here. It's a pocket. And then there's a tag that you can pull out here also to journal on. I added music paper. I do ink all of my edges in my journal, so they all are inked. Here's a little paper clip that I made. And this little piece right here, sometimes when you buy certain brands of tea, they have little sentiments on them or little sayings, and so I added that one from a tea bag. And then just some journal cards. This came from scrapbooking paper, and I just went ahead and stitched around them. I think on this whole journal, you guys, I went through like 2 bobbins full of pink thread. That's how much thread I sewed in here. I did use some book pages. Here's another picture of that really lovely, one of the lovely girls from the kit. Here's another little journaling card. Actually, I put 2 in there, it looks like. And those are all just from scrapbooking paper. I use like the paper from Authentique, and then also some from Bo Bunny. Here's a little paper bag that I altered. There's a little tuck spot right here. And then you can also stick some tags in the top of that. Everything in here is tea dyed. All my paper is tea dyed. Not the digitals, but the journaling papers right there, the copy paper. I did on the back sides of the Life of Bloom kit. Daisy does have some different paper packs, lined paper packs in her store, and so I did try out some of her different lined papers on the back sides just for fun. I do like to have spots to journal, and so it makes it really easy, especially if you guys have printers that when you flip your papers, they don't line up very well. It's nice to use the lined paper on the back sides of your digital prints. And so in the middle, I just have a little pocket here. And then again, I just stuck some journal tags. And then here's another little pocket that I made with a little journal tag. I thought that was kind of a cute little sentiment. It kind of reminded me of, you know, little girls and how they like to blow dandelions. And so I had to include that in there. This is actually from, Daisy has some big element cards, which are, you know, pretty good size. And so oftentimes I will shrink them down, and I still had some left from past projects. So I went ahead and layered that right there on that pocket. Another picture of that of one of her gorgeous girls. There's so many fun photographs, and you get a lot of sheets, I mean, to pick from. Again, this is all the Life of Bloom kit. Again, I just went with that because it has the pretty pinks on it. It matched that Authentique paper, and then all the pictures that I picked out, a lot of them had little flowers in them, or the girls had flowers in their hair. So I just thought it coordinated nicely with those pictures. Right here I have a little pocket. And then if you take the little paper clip off, I did kind of have a little pull out thing here, or flip out. So you can journal here. And I thought this was light enough that you could journal on those lines. And then if you flip it this way too, again, I thought that this paper was light enough that if you used a darker colored pen, you could journal on. But you could certainly add pictures to those spots too. And I just kind of chose to put the little paper clip up here just to kind of hold it together nicely for the book when it's closed. Here's another little picture of one of those cute little girls. And here I just added, this is actually a paper clip right here. That I decorated from some of the ephemera from one of Daisy's kits, and then I just used a Tim Holtz tag behind it. But another sweet image there. Here I just made a little pocket, and I just folded some music paper. I layered on one of Daisy's Decopauge Flowers and put some eyelash trims. So then there's a tag in there, and then also a tag behind it. And again, I stitched all these tags, and I did line them with coffee paper. Some of them I did stamp on the back. This one I didn't. But a lot of them are stamped on the back sides. This is a journal card right here, and there is a spot, a little pocket there. I didn't put anything in that one yet, but I can put some like lined paper in it or something. Here's a kind of a double tuck or double pocket. Again, I did a lot of layering, but there's a pocket right here. And then also a pocket back here. This came from, Daisy has all sorts of ephemera packs, and you get quite a few sheets, and they're all just miscellaneous ephemera pieces, but I thought this one was kind of cute. It was called Fairy Soap. And with the little girl on it, I just thought it went well with, again, the kind of theme I was going for. I sewed around it, and then I also have another journal tag in there from, I think that's a Bo Bunny, from a Bo Bunny pack. But here's another image of a girl, really pretty, and she has little daisies in her hair. Really, really sweet images. And here's another little paper clip that I made. And it was holding down, a lot of Daisy's kits have little pockets like this, and so you can stick, and I didn't stick anything in there, but you can stick journaling paper and stuff in that one. And so I had it just paper clipped in there. This whole book is, or journal is 3 signatures. Another sweet image. Again, there's a tag at the top. Did some layering there. Again, lots of stamping throughout. I love that. I recently purchased this little stamp, and it's Audrey Hepburn quote. I'll just hold it up. If you want to read it, you can pause, and if not, I'm just going to keep on going, but it's kind of a nice little sentiment. This is the middle of the second signature. Again, I just had added a journal card in the middle. There is room yet to add more embellishments if I want later on. There's another piece of the Daisy's lined paper. She has all sorts of different papers. She also has ones with flowers on it, and there's hummingbirds. There's all sorts of different paper packs that she has with lines on it for journaling in her shop. Here's one of her Decopauge flowers that I layered some eyelash trim behind. Another one of those images, photographs, just so pretty. And then I do have a tag at the top again there. Again, all the digitals are from Daisy's kits. Here I have a belly band with some journaling cards in it, but then it also flips up for a spot to journal. Another one of those beautiful images of the girls. This one, she's balancing on a little bike there. It's really sweet. And then again, there's a tag up at the top. That one I did decorate and stamp on the back side. But really sweet images. This was one of the embellishments that I think Andre Gold gave me. And then here, this is the end of the second signature, and again, there is a pocket here to stick some journaling paper. So the last signature, the Authentique paper did have this nice little carousel horse, and so I did go ahead and just tear it out and make a little tuck spot pocket there. Then I just stuck a little flash card in there that I made kind of into a tag. I figured you could still kind of journal around parts of it. I thought about covering one side for journaling, but I just left it. And then again here I have another flip out. So these were some journaling cards, and so there's a spot to journal here, and then behind there I added a little pocket with another journaling card in here. And on the back side I did put some tea dyed paper, coffee dyed paper, did some layering. On the front side it is a double pocket, and I think one of my tags fell out. But I had a tag here and then also a tag here. And I think this paper right here came from my friend Sherry. Another beautiful image of one of those little girls. And again, I have a little tuck spot on the side. And here's a little heart embellishment. Again, I think Andre Gold made that. And I have some tags in there. And another little journaling card. I tried when I picked out book paper, it was about a couple little kids. I did try to pick out little pages that had little photographs on them, or images. And then here's another one of those sweet images. And again, there's a tag at the top. This is a little decoupage flower, and that you can buy from the Decopauge flower kits that Daisy has, and I just made it into a little tuck spot or pocket there. with another tag. In the middle of the last signature, and again, I just have a journal card. You know, I tried to stamp on all of my blank pages and stencil and ink the edges. I thought this little sentiment was cute. Life is about using the whole box of crayons. And again, I used that one just because I thought it was really cute with all the little girls in here. And let's see, here's another image. Really sweet with the two girls. And I put the little daisy trim with some fibers hanging from it. And again, there's a journal card in there. And here I kind of made another little pocket or tuck spot just by layering one of Daisy's tags from one of her sets and a journaling card, a little crochet doily my mom made, and I put a button in the middle of it. And then a little journal card can tuck back there. Some of my tags are falling apart here. I'll have to go in and fix that, I guess. And then here I have one of those flip ups. I did add some tea or coffee dyed paper, and it stamped the word love down there. And up here I have another one of Daisy's tags. And another ephemera piece from Daisy's. And I did, like I said, do a lot of sewing around everything. And sometimes I backed it with coffee dyed paper or coffee dyed index cards. And then again on one of Daisy's ephemera sets, she had this little thing. And I had this left over from something else from before. But I decided this would be perfect again for this journal just because it looks like something, you know, a little kid, you know, a little book from school, see the dog and the cat when the kids are first learning how to read. So I stuck that in there because I thought that was really cute. And I'll hold that up a little bit closer so you can see the layering. And again, I use one of a little tea bag. And this one's another Audrey Hepburn quote. And it says, "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible." Like I said, they're kind of fun, the little tea bags with their little sayings on them, if you buy those types of teas. And again, here's that little girl. But really sweet image. And I left the back page blank. And again, the black back inside cover is plain. I did go ahead and some of the images I printed off, quite a few images, but I didn't use them all in my journal. So I just thought I would show you guys some of the other images of the little girls in that kit that Daisy had. They're really sweet images though. I like this one with the girl and the little doll. And this wasn't even all of them. There was, like I said, you get quite a few pages if you purchase that set. There's a little girl getting dressed with her socks. I thought this was really sweet too. I thought this would be a nice one for even like the cover of like a faith-based journal, because it kind of looks like she's possibly praying or looking up to God or up to heaven. So I thought that was a nice image. This was really sweet too with the little kitten or the cat. And I used this one inside the journal, but I had originally printed this one a little bit bigger, thinking I would use it on the cover, but it was almost too big for my cover, so I'll just end up using it on something else along with the other photos. But I just thought I would share those for anybody that was interested in seeing some of the other images that you can get with her photographs. And again, she also has, Daisy has a set with like adult women vintage photos that are fun to use also. This is my completed journal, so thanks everybody so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy crafting.